I'm frequently asked what I mean by the term deep service. Now see, sometimes words get used so commonly and randomly that they stop having any ability to describe what we're trying to talk about. And in our consumer capitalist world, the term service has gotten like that. We have to say good service or bad service or service over and above. So I coined the term deep service to describe that service that comes from not only trying to give somebody what they need or want, but will actually make them happy and bring them joy. It's the kind of service you offer somebody you love. Now, I know, corny alert, but imagine it. What it would be like if we offered service that was based in love to our neighbors, to our community, to our world, to ourselves. What would the world be like if we deepened all our service to that level, that every act of service was an act of love? Well, if that was the capital idea at the center of capitalism, I'd buy that. There's nothing like working when you're inspired, is there? No. For one thing, your energy is limitless, and your vision is forever. And time, if you experience it at all, goes by in a flash. Unlike at the end of school when you used to sit there and wait for the clock to tick off its seconds. Tick, tick, tick. No, that was interminable. When you're inspired, it's eternal. Inspirare, that's where the word comes from. It means blown in, and that's how it feels. It feels like something's been blown into you. Energy, life, vision, ideas, creativity, all blown into you. You get so enthusiastic, which is also a good word. That means possessed of God. Whoa, that's heavy. But that's how you feel. You feel like something's taken over, and it's more than just you, and it's more than just for you. And you know what? Inspiration is a choice, too. You can get inspired by reading about inspired people. Look at what inspired them, and also look at the results of their inspiration. Another thing is to hang out with inspired people. Oh, yeah. Inspiration's infectious. I mean, you'll inspire them, they'll inspire you, you inspire them, they'll inspire you. It's like an inspiration loop that's unending. And stay away from people who aren't inspired, the cynical people. Because then it's the opposite. Instead of something being blown into you, they're like those succubuses in the horror movies. They come along and suck things out of you. All your life, all your energy, all your time gone for nothing. No. Work to stay inspired. There's nothing quite like it. One of the things I love about my work in the theater is being able to take what I've learned in the theater and transpose it into my real life. Now, I don't take enough of the wisdom that I gain in the theater into my real life, but when I do, I'm grateful that I did. I'll give you an example. I learned in the theater the value of failure. That's right. In fact, in the theater, they have a place where failure is what you're supposed to do. It's called rehearsals. They say you fail to succeed. You fail again and again and again in rehearsals. You push the limits. You push yourself beyond all endurance, and you find out if it's said right, felt right, and done right. And you do it again and again and again until the magic happens. And you know it is exactly what you want to communicate. And then, and only then, do you take it to the stage and risk all. Well, I think we need that in life. We need a place to rehearse. We need a place to fail. I guess that's kind of what friends are. They're a place to rehearse stuff, to run stuff by them, to see what it sounds like, to see what it feels like, to see what it looks like, to see if it is right before you take it out into the real world and try it out. Rehearsals, failures, they're a valuable part of life. You need a place to rehearse. You need a place to fail in order to find the magic. A term I often hear used among people who've dedicated their lives to workplace safety is the term near miss. Now, a near miss is exactly what it sounds like. It's an accident that almost happened, but didn't. Now, the interesting thing about near misses is that they go largely underreported. Often they're not reported at all. And this upsets safety people because Some of the phrases that they hear when they investigate an accident where someone was been hurt or killed are the phrases, "Well, yeah, saw that coming," or Yep, we were talking about that the other day. We knew that was going to happen." Which means that accident where someone was hurt or killed at one time, or more than one time, was a near miss that somebody didn't report because they didn't want to cause a fuss or they didn't want to get anybody in trouble. So actually the way to think about a near miss is not as an accident that didn't happen, but as an accident that's going to happen unless you do something about it. Reporting near misses can change the future for somebody else or yourself for the better. A near miss, an accident that doesn't need to happen if you do something. We're talking about change a lot, and I actually changed the word. I don't even use the word change anymore. I use the word motion, all right? Change implies something. Change says, I'm looking this way, I'm going to change, I'm going to look this way, all right? And that means we're done. No. When change is like this, I'm going to look this way this morning, I'm going to look this way this afternoon, I'm going to look this way tonight, I'm going to look this way tonight. That's not change, that's motion. And motion means we can dance with it. And I just want to just hold that idea. If you think of motion that way, then all of a sudden there's nothing to resist. It's just moving. It's just flowing. It's just what's happening. And we try to find our best fit and our best motion with it. And we move with things instead of resist things. Epoche, E-P-O-C-H-E with a little grav. And what it means is to pause, step back, breathe, and ask yourself what's really going on. All right? Pause, step back, breathe, and ask yourself what's really going on. The Greeks invented this word thousands of years ago because they felt there was too much change in their lives happening too quickly. I guess the chariots were just whizzing by, there were people robbing each other with spears and stuff, And so it was, and I thought, wow, what a great word though. Pause, step back, breathe, and ask yourself what's really going on. And it's an amazing, do me a favor right now, and we're going to take you through some stuff in the next little while. Take a deep breath right now, everybody. Breathe out. Excellent. Now see, actually you're really quite wonderful. I was doing a group of lawyers, pardon the expression, and it was in Toronto, and I said, take a deep breath, and they went, right? It's like, you're not the boss of me. Right? I just looked at them, I said, you're breathing anyway. Like, I'm just asking you to take one consciously, that's all. Just, but it's true. And I want you to do this. Now I want you to do it again. And here's what I want you to do. Just feel the room. Just sort of go like, it's kind of new agey, but just feel the room for a second. Now watch this. Take a deep breath with me right now. Breathe out. We have seriously, in that moment, shifted the mood in the room and our physiology. All right? When I found out this thing, I started to study stress, reactions, my life, what was going on in my world. And one of the things that was I epoche stood back, took a breath, and asked myself what was really going on, I started to study my reaction to things. And that made me study neurology. If you haven't been into any of the new books on neurology that are out right now, go get some. Get Goleman's book on social intelligence. Get Siegel's book on the mindful brain. Get anything you can get your hands on that deals with the new neuroscience. There are amazing things that are happening out there. And just about all of them have a reference to the idea that we've got to stop, breathe, and take a look at what's going on.